Hey everybody, how are you doing tonight? Let me turn my phone off here. I don't get disturbed. Dave, hello. Alicia, hi. Hi, Glenn. How are you guys doing? Thank you for coming here tonight. Appreciate it very much. So I'm going to try to last the hour, but we'll see. I'm still not well, but we'll see how things go. Hey, Grammy Karen, hi. Hi, Gil. Gardening in the North, hello. Happy Monday to you too. So, sorry, I have a cough drop in here, and I will break out in coughing music every once in a while, so I apologize ahead of time. Hey, Pat George, Howie, hello. I don't know, Alicia. Really about the same. I've added 24-hour Aleve meds to my to my protocol of everything, and it just helps to keep the fever a little bit more at bay. And hey, Patty, hi. And so that's been a little bit more manageable, although it's really wearing me out. Friday, I woke up and my entire bottom lip was just covered in fever blisters. So there's just a lot going on inside that I don't know what it is yet. And just hey, Chad, hello. Sarah and Matt, hi. We had a good Thanksgiving. I was, of course, here and not feeling well, but we were able to Zoom. We did a family Zoom for about, almost an hour, and it was wonderful. Just get everybody all over the state, and we could talk with my dad. And thanks, Patty. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know how long my talking will last today. My my breathing became a little more difficult, just in the way of endurance. So I don't know how long, because a lot of talking does wear me out, and it cuts down my breathing. And I end up coughing a lot more too to open everything up. So, I think what I was on last week helped clear up the bronchitis. So I'm kind of wondering if it's not something like I had last winter, where I had viral pneumonia and bronchitis together. And so, the meds were able to clear up the one, but not the other. And I just had to kind of make my way through it. But I did, for those who are wondering, I did take a home COVID test on Saturday and mailed it in. And, it's one that you order it online. They send it to the company who deals with this out of New Jersey. And I have to Zoom with them when I take it and everything. And it's just a spit test, so I don't have to do anything else with that. But I was able to just ship it back, so I should know within a couple days any results. So it's winters. I think it's when I'm closed up inside, and half of me wonders I'm allergic to my house. But during the summer when I'm outside all the time, I'm much healthier. And so, yeah, there's exactly, Dave. You just got to do that. So, cleaning the porch making room in your tiny cabin. Oh, that is a challenge, Chad, to keep everything in its place, right? Hey, Kiri, hello. Oh, good, Alicia. I'm so glad. Yeah. So, so we'll see. I was in touch with my doctor today, and he said that, we we really have to wait for the results before we can go forward with any other things, because, you know, I can't go in for an appointment if I have it. I haven't been anywhere around anybody to even catch it, so I kind of doubt that I do. But so I know, Patty, and it's always, thank you guys. Exactly, Karen. Exactly. And I actually have a few windows that I've got open, like an inch or two. One right next to me right now. I got a couple small air purifiers, and I've got a couple more coming this week. I haven't been around my family for, oh goodness, 2.5 weeks. So at least 2.5, almost 3 weeks. And yeah, I don't, and I would, since that time, I only went into 2 stores. I don't do my grocery shopping in store at all. I do a grocery pickup. So it's, what the other stores that I have to go in, it was just like in and out, fully protected, to, had my hand sanitizer, had all this stuff, that I've normally been doing for the last 9 months. And so we'll see. I know that cases have totally exploded around in our area. And again, I don't know if it's because all of a sudden we're closed up again, or people have just gotten careless. I don't know. But anyway, I'll certainly have more information for you guys next week. So a couple weeks ago, Alicia had an idea. Yep, exactly, you guys. She had an idea for a cookie recipe exchange or swap. So a lot of you guys were really, really interested in that. And we were trying to figure out how to do that through my live and online and different things. And so I think what is going to work the best is, if you guys have one that you want to share, email it to me with, type out all the details. Don't send me a picture or anything, but just type the details so that I can copy and paste it. I don't have time to be retyping all kinds of recipes. I'll let you guys do your own. But just send me an email. It's Northstar Prepsteader at gmail.com. And so email it to me, then I will post it in my community tab on my channel. I know you guys can get in there and read it and look at it and everything, but we'll have this whole next week to do that. And so if you guys can get them to me this week, and then I can try to get them up hopefully by Monday next week. And then that will give you a couple weeks to be able to look them over and to check them all out and see what recipes you'd like to use. And then if you do make something, though, you're going to have to come back, and thank you guys so much. You're going to have to come back and tell us if you made somebody's recipe and how it turned out and how your families loved it and all that kind of stuff. So I think that'll probably work out the best. And I can keep them up there, like, at least for sure through the New Year's. Excuse me. Oh, I don't want to do that in your face. Oh, I cannot post more than 200 characters. Oh, on here. Yes. Yeah. So, and even if we were putting it on in the chat, it just goes too much so that people would not be able to catch it, or, try to copy and paste it somewhere. They wouldn't be that ready for it, but I'd like to do that. So, I think either one will get there. It is lowercase, but I think either one will work. You eat all the cookies yourself. I know, Patty. I'm in the same position there. Hey, Henry's honey, how are you? Yeah, case shouldn't matter. It should still come to me. So, hey, Megan, hi. Oh, I'm glad you're doing this. So, no, that's fine, Alicia. It was great. I think it's kind of fun. I mean, all I would end up doing mostly within our community is seed swaps, and sometimes supplying with each other with plants and stuff. But to be able to do a Christmas cookie swap. Now, okay, it has to be a Christmas dessert, but do you want to keep it just to cookies, or do you want to include other desserts like bars and things like that? Because I have a whole lot of really good ones myself. So what do you guys want to do? Just cookies or cookies and bars? So I'd like to hear what you have to say here. Anything? You have a great non-cookie? Awesome. Good. Both? Okay. Hey, Lori. Hello. Okay. Yeah, I think maybe stay away from pies and cakes, but, if you have other desserts, bars or layer bars or something, just different things like that. So I think that would be pretty fun. So deadline's next Monday. So you guys can, post them or send me emails by next Monday yet too. But if you can start throughout the week, that'll help me out a lot. And make sure that I know who you are when you're sending them so that I can post your name, whether you want like your channel name or your first name only or something like that. Just let me know what you'd want to post on that. So I think that'll be really fun. Mixed nuts, meringue, sugar. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, even if it's something like spiced nuts or we're starting to really get mulled cider. That's kind of really getting expanded out. But if you have a favorite, I think this would be really, really fun. Hey, Sean. Hello. I was just in the middle of I finished it. I finished your video today. So that was a beautiful snow you had. And I figured you probably want to get on and listen to this one since I'm going to talk about the Northern Lights. Kiri, hello. I've got almost all my mods here tonight. You guys are awesome. Before I forget, I want to thank each and every one of you. You guys are just terrific. Being here almost every week. And hey, Deb. That's okay. It's the one thing nice about being able to listen back to a live. Yeah, YouTube's been a little hit and miss lately on that. So I heard of mods. You guys are awesome. Thank you for all that you do, and I really, really appreciate it. And I know Julie had some family stuff going on today, so I'm not sure if Heaven's Essentials will be in here or not, but a kilt. Oh, Sean, you should make kilt cookies, right? You'd have to design something. I wonder if there's something out there that kind of looks like it, that you'd be able to have cut out cookies that look like that and then just make a kilt from it. Oh, you were showing snow. So anyway, yeah. So sometime within this next week, deadline's next Monday, and I'll get them up in the community tab. And like I said, I'll give you a couple weeks that you can do some Christmas baking then. Hey, Connie. Hi. I have told you about new ones since they quit saying, oh, yeah, I don't get notified that there are new ones other than my numbers fluctuate and go up or down or whatever. So, hey, Drops, how are you? Thanks for coming in. And you guys remind me to tell about the cookie and dessert recipe swap at the end, so that all the people who are coming in new will end up knowing about that. So anyway, our weather has been pretty temperate mostly above freezing during the day, below freezing at night. And this morning we had a really hard freeze. I think it was 12 degrees when I woke up, Fahrenheit. And so today was a little bit cooler, and I think it's going to start a little trend of cooling down now. Better. I mean, tomorrow's the 1st of December, right? So we'll have to see. Chickens are getting cheap on you. You only 2 eggs. Oh, they are not. They're becoming freeloaders, aren't they? I have not put up my Christmas tree yet because I was in the middle towards the end of some major projects that I'm working on in the living room, and when I got sick, and I have not been able to finish them, but I need to before I can bring a tree in. The other thing is that I always go get a live tree from some friends, and I can't, until I find out if I have something or not, I can't go anywhere. I can't visit them to even get a tree. So I'm hoping that I don't, so that I can get a tree. Yeah, that helps. Thank you. Thank you, Matt and Sarah. Ooh, Megan, that's nice. That warms a mom's heart, doesn't it? Oh, well, Dave, okay, is that due to the light, or are they molting? Are they out of molt? I guess a lot of you have chickens, but where do you stand on this? I mean, some of you, I know some people will put in supplemental lighting through the winter so that they continue laying. There are other people that just want to keep it like a natural system kind of season, in the way of letting their bodies rest, giving them that time, and then through the winter, and then let production pick back up again in the spring. So what do you guys do? So you have some are light, some are molting. Hey, Teresa. Hi. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, Carrie, I heard that Texas was getting a cold snap. Yeah, Sean, don't mind if I do, right? Food does make a difference, but I know. Okay. Well, that's good, Drops. That's awesome. So, more value than it costs you to feed them. So it's either way. Okay. Yeah, sometimes you just have to wait for the season, and it's just like having our gardens and different things like that. So I wonder if a hot toddy would help me. I've heard that that's supposed to be good. The only alcohol I have in the house, though, is vodka, and that's only for making tinctures and vanilla. So I've heard that rum is supposed to be better. Oh, wow. Henry's honey, that's chilly, especially for Texas down there. So, anyway, I have you remember last week we planted my lettuce, and a hot toddy would probably help, the rum or good brandy. I wonder if they would deliver 30 miles. No, I don't. I know. No, usually a hot toddy is, like hot rum or brandy with honey and lemon, I think, goes in there. Yeah, hot buttered rum or warm brandy is supposed to work wonders. Now, see, I don't drink, so that makes a difference for me. You have to, oh, Eliza, there you go. Yeah, you could bring the brown paper bag, just leave it on my doorstep. That would actually be kind of nice. Spices too. Okay, what would be in this? What spices? would it be cinnamon and cloves maybe? The first 3. Oh, how sick do you have to be to take 3 in an hour there, Sean? Oh my goodness. Mulled apple cider. Well, I've got homemade apple juice, so I could do some mulled cider. That sounds really good. I just emptied out my elderberry syrup, so I have to make more, and that's actually a little problematic because I don't have energy to make anything right now. But okay, last week I planted lettuce and romaine, and within 2 days it was already up. And it's like, and they said 5 to 10 days germination. But look at that! You guys, look at how tall they're getting. They look a little spindly, but they just start that way and then they stop. They stop at that height and then just start to develop out. I do have the lights down, like right about here on them. But anyway, and no, I don't have them marked, but some of them you can see are germinating much better than others. This one's a little sparse. I don't know if that might have been the first one that I planted that I was so careful of. And then the last one, I was just like, oh, whatever goes in there. Hey, Sweet Pea, hello. Well, thank you. So here's my winter lettuces. And my next step with that is I'm going to be sprinkling it with some cinnamon so that because there have been some fruit flies living in them for a while, and so I just want to discourage anything else I'd be growing. So you know what? It's in the room where I've got my window open, so it hasn't been that warm. It's upper 60s in this room. Throw a cinnamon stick in the whiskey bottle. Oh. I know, Patty is good, isn't it? The first one, I'm so careful. It's like, okay, maybe 5 or 6 because it'll grow. And then by the end, it was just like, oh, whatever. My elderberry tincture now is what is that one? 80 proof. My tincture is, but my elderberry syrup was just honey base and it's water and honey base and maple syrup and honey mix. I think I used on it, but it just, I know the elderberry syrup is good, but it uses up so many elderberries and go through it so quickly and go through a batch in 10 days easily. So yep. So that's why I've made both. I've made the syrup and the tincture, so I can. And the tincture, I put it in my tea all the time and throw it in my water. So I'm getting that several times a day. But the syrup does taste good. Add it to the vodka and warm it. There you go, Sean. I love that solution. That's good. Oh my goodness. Okay. So gave you an update on the lettuce. So next week we should see even more development, right? So I'm taking you guys with me every week on this. That would be really good. All right. So I want to talk a little bit about the Northern Lights. I'm sure Sean has seen them frequently where he's at. Has anybody else seen them? Just give me a thumbs up or a wave or a hand up or something. I haven't seen them for a while here. Of course, I don't get out at night as much as I used to when the girls were here, and we'd be running around a lot at night. But so that's when you see them, of course, is at night. So, Karen, you've never done it. Eliza used to up in Duluth, only once in Idaho. Lori, all right. Do you plan on trying for some bird pictures? Oh, that would be awesome. Oh, wonderful drops. And you've seen some too. They're rare in New Hampshire, and then the solar activities at peak. Yeah. Yeah, it's another thing with the city. There's too much light pollution. And, well, hey, Brad, thanks for coming in. I appreciate that very much. Excuse me. Yeah, the cameras can pick up probably a whole lot more. Well, the northern lights are particles. They come from particles that are discharged from the sun, and they travel 93 million miles toward Earth before they're drawn into our magnetic north and south poles. As the particles pass through the Earth's magnetic shield, they end up mingling with atoms and molecules of oxygen and nitrogen and some other elements. I know argon is another gas. So it's going to mingle with these different gases. I know if I had been able to research a little bit more, I could have found it, but I didn't spend a lot of time on that today. But hey, Chirpy the bird, hello. Okay, thank you, Sean. Sean put up a nice link for being able to see the lights and where you are in the world and where you can end up seeing them too. So in the northern hemisphere, they're called Aurora Borealis. And Aurora is, they say it comes from it takes its names from classical deities. That they talk about Aurora was the name for the goddess of the dawn. And then Boreas was the god of the north wind. But a little bit more practically with that, you've got the majority of the lights are seen like at 50 degrees latitude north, and then between 50 and 70. So it goes closer to it's like subarctic areas. So covers a lot of the Canadian forests and everything, which are called the boreal. So and there's a lot of different names like the boreal national parks or whatever Canada has for the crown and stuff like that. So they are, but anyway, it comes from that a lot. And hi, Lynn, hello. So anyway, it's Aurora Borealis. In the southern hemisphere, they're called Aurora Australis. So because Australia is the biggest continent down there that they can watch them at, and only in the very southern part can they see them. So the colors most often associated with our end of the hemisphere in the northern part are pink, green, yellow, blue, violet, and sometimes orange and white. Typically when the particles collide with oxygen in the atmosphere, you get yellow and green, and that's the ones that we see most often here are the yellow and green, and they're so beautiful. 19th of December. Awesome. Hi, Junebug. Hello. So the green lights. So the colors are also affected by altitude. So it's not only the gas that it's combining with that the particles are hitting, but the altitude also. So your green lights are typically up to 150 miles from the Earth's surface into space. Nitrogen will produce red, violet, and sometimes blue. And they are, let me see, blue appears at up to 60 miles and purple and violet above 60 miles. So for the nitrogen, you've got 60 miles on the lower end, and then over 60 miles for the purple and violet. Now, there's two different kinds of nitrogen, actually, that it ends up giving different colors. So you have atomic nitrogen, which causes blue, and molecular nitrogen, which results in purple. So I was, wow, blessed. One or two times, I saw the red, I think was it red or purple? But anyway, it was not our usual green and yellow, and it was like directly above me. And it was out in this area too. I was driving, and all of a sudden it's like, what are those colors? Because normally, like I said, we just see green and yellow. And called ions, yep. So sometimes it can be a band of light. Sometimes they're like a dancing curtain of colors that are always changing and just kind of moving, which I find that the most fascinating and just gorgeous and everything. So anyway, mostly we see them in the winter just because, you know, I don't know, that's where we end up seeing the colors and the oxygen. So my brain is starting to fade here and why. So if anybody has a reason there. So I think we just had an M class CME. Okay, cool. So anyway, the earliest astronomical report of seeing the lights that have been actually recorded, everything came from a late Babylonian cuneiform tablet dated to the reign of King Nebuchadnezzar, which is about 600 to 560 BC. So that's a long time ago. We're talking, what, 2,500 years ago. And yeah, that's that they first recorded it. So since then, they've been able to get other examples from East Asia over the last couple thousand years and different things. So anyway, there you go. All the colors and the gases they come from and everything else. So yeah. All right. What am I going to talk about now? Oh, cookie exchange. Okay. Talked about that. Northern Lights. Anybody growing a winter garden? I can't hear except inside. you just saw my winter garden here. They crackle too. I know. Thank you, Sean, for reminding me. It's like, yes, it's just amazing. Because, you know, you're dealing with not only particles, but in a magnetic field. So they're hitting all the magnetic forces and the particles, and it's just like amazing that they do. So, hey, Michelle, hi. Still need to get your garlic planted. Okay. Oh, Sean, that's good. I'm glad you're growing nice. Excuse me. So can't grow in the winter here. You just ordered some grow lights to do some spinach indoors. Okay, great. Awesome. Okay, good, Gil. So I'm glad some of the people are trying things inside. Your indoor greenhouse, nice. Well, I know homestead engraving is, I can't wait to see what you guys have gotten for your greenhouse to help keep it going through the winter, because stuff is really growing well there for you. And I know that keeping the soil warmer is the really important thing. So Oh, Sean, that would be awesome. Any more moose coming across your path there? Alicia, brassicas are it's a family of winter greens. Basically, it's like spinach, broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, kale. Those are kind of your. I think kale is, maybe not, but anyway, those are your brassicas. That they're cold weather hardy, and they grow better in the cooler months of the year. So if you live in the deep south, um, if you want to plant them late winter and then in the fall, it's a better time for it, not through the summer months, because the heat will kill it. So wow, they are just busy. I didn't know. Oh yeah, cabbage too. Thanks. Kale is okay. I was thinking that it was, but I wasn't positive. Um, Sean, is this typical at this time of year for this much moose traffic? I'd be interested in finding out. You're raking leaves in town for composting. Awesome. Oh, yeah, just have to get the word out, and people will be happy to give you leaves. Nice. Wonderful. So for your garden, except in this season, of course, right? They know when the hunters are out. For your beds or whatever if you're building something for your garden, if you're doing like raised beds or even lower beds, or whatever you're using, think about ways to prepare your wood. I don't know if everybody here was able to see my video this last week on my boards and the burning method I did. I know Dave did, and Patty, because you had left comments on there. So, but anyway, this is like a sample, I should say, of one of my boards. And so burning it, I don't know if you can end up seeing the shine on here. Let me see. It's not really showing it. Oh, there's a little bit. You see a little bit of the shine here on the burnt part. So anyway, it's very, very smooth and shiny. I haven't even oiled it yet, but what I want to show you is, okay, this is just timber oil, which is tung oil and linseed oil with the colorant. But on here, I had burned this edge and then oiled over it. Did this oil over it, and it turned out absolutely gorgeous. So even if you wanted to do like some yard furniture or something like that, to burn them a little bit, and it does almost give a stained effect. And it's just burned, and then you scrape the char off of it, and it leaves this beautiful grain. And it weatherproofs it so much more and helps to preserve the wood. So use concrete blocks for raised beds. Okay, that makes it very easy. Rocks. The wood looks treated. I know this is untreated pine, and it's Soshugibon or Yakusugi method, but it's very much for, it's a Japanese method of preserving wood. Now, I didn't do it nearly, like I explained in my video, I didn't do it really deep like it is, because I didn't want to lose that much wood and everything, but I just wanted something that was going to help. This will be the dirt side, whereas this will be the outside. And I'll put a layer of linseed oil over this before I fill in the beds with dirt again. But what I wanted to do was to make sure that I had something that the soil would not deteriorate the wood and rot the wood so fast. And so it was a lot of work. Like I said, I had 56 pieces, anywhere from 1 foot to 6 feet, and two different types of linseed oil. I have boiled linseed oil. No, I don't know the other one, but oh, thanks, Lynn. Yep, it's no, exactly right. It kind of congeals those sap resins, and because when you're burning it, it's just like, it's just like, just um, hardens them and seals them so that they will not burn as easily. Absolutely. And really, the outside of my beds, my old ones, the outside was rotting a little bit, but it was the inside that just looked like it had been through a major fire, and it was just the water and dirt. So sure, Patty, that's fine. Thank you. Yes, thank you. It's, I mean, other than a propane torch, there's no other cost to that. And it just, takes more time. But if it saves me from having to rebuild my beds in another 7 years, I can go a whole lot longer, then that would be really, really nice. If you did it without the bees in there, I'm sure that would work out well. Uh, Lynn, I know that was funny. No, sorry, I can't see you, but thank you. Hello, Monica. How are you? Oh, you did, Dave? Awesome. So great. Was that your short, Sean, that went over 1,000? Oh, yeah. It's not every day you see a moose up close, especially one who just kind of looks at you as it's walking by, kind of like. Are they very aggressive animals? I don't know much about them. Oh, so all right. So anyway, this is one way of working to preserve your wood. I always thought it was just cool just to throw my raw pine wood out there and everything else and get it weathered, and it looks great for a while, but when it only lasts for 7 years, and then you've got to work on replacing everything. The cost of wood, the amount of work you go through. I mean, we have a tendency to think, when it's like, okay, 7 years out, I'll worry about it then. I'm just going to do this for now, and we'll figure it out then. And it's like, well, if you could put a little bit more forethought into something, then that really ends up helping, even just one extra step of some sort. Hey, Greenwich Homestead. Oh, that's so great. IBC totes are the best. Okay. Oh, you're welcome, Monica. Thank you. Yes, I know, Teresa. It's like there's something in us that wants to just put in the minimum for something to get by with right now, because it's like, oh, I've got so much to do. Let me just get this done. But so with the process, you could see how long it was taking me, and yeah, it took me 2 to 2.5 months to get it all done. So, but though that part is done, I still have a lot of work ahead of me in the spring. I just pray that that I'll be able to have the energy and the time to do it in the spring. Prep along the way makes the whole job less work when time to put it together. Absolutely. Thanks, Deb. I appreciate that. So my prep tip for the night is consider storing your canned or your prepped goods, whether it's home canned or cans from the store or whatever. But what you've got all together, consider storing them in various places, not all just in one place. That's nice to be able to see them and to be able to do that and everything else. But, there are a myriad of reasons why things could either be damaged or stolen. I mean, it could be in a storm, could be a basement flood. It could be, just different things that could happen that would interfere with that. So think about the kinds of things you have stored, and maybe you can tuck things off in a closet somewhere. Maybe some things could go in the attic. Maybe you have a big enough basement where you can separate them out in a couple different rooms or something like that. But I'm in the process of building a shelf cabinet for this room here, so I can put in a certain number of canned goods that I don't have to keep going down the basement for when I need them. If I need a pint of green beans, it's like, okay, go down there and come back up. Not that it's a pain to go in the basement, but it's still, I just want to have like a supply that's closer to me and that type of thing. But you lost all your preps in a boating accident? No. 2 pantries and 2 chest freezers. Very good. Yeah. Well, thank you, Patty. Thank you. Appreciate that. Sounds like... I know, and I'm not going to. Another reason why I'm only going to, I want to spread them out and diversify them, because I will only show part of what I have. And in fact, that I only have so far. And I only did 1 pantry tour last spring. But that's another good reason. If people are, it's like you see, 50 jars of stuff put up, and they're going like, oh wow. But it's like, well, they don't know the other 300 jars that are somewhere else, So, hey, Sunny Preps, hi, how are you? But yes, consider diversifying in separate places, not all in one place. And, some can be a whole lot more hidden than others or whatever. So, just like if you want to keep 2 packs of toilet paper in your bathroom cupboards or something like that, let them know that that's what you've got, and they don't know about the other dozen somewhere else, or whatever. So that's very true, Patty. Absolutely true. So, oh, that's good, Gil. Very good. But yes, like Drop said, do be careful, especially those of you who have channels and do like a pantry tour. Be careful how transparent you are with all of that. And I know some channels want to be extremely transparent, but it can also result in some issues too. I don't know if any of you guys follow Sean James in Canada, and he's actually selling his property and moving, or at least moving, and because he has been extremely harassed by somebody who's been following his channel. Yeah, so Dave, you know that too. And it's like, okay, how much do you share? How much do you tell? So, yeah, my self-reliance. So check both of his channels. On his Sean James channel, he goes into more detail and everything. But yeah, hey, House of S, hello. So for all of you who, so anyway, that's what really got me thinking about. He's been pretty keeping a lot of stuff close to his chest too about what he shares and where he's at and everything. And he still had issues and lots of problems. So, of course, he's a big channel. He's not someone my size at all, but some of you guys are much bigger than me. But I think we just have to be very careful in this day and age with especially food shortages when we're growing food and stuff, and making sure that we are careful. So that's my prep tip for tonight. So for any of you who are just getting on, Chad, you got a free deep freezer? Yeah. Oh my goodness. Wow. Yeah. That's very true, Sean. Yeah. Yeah, he does. He does, Teresa. He seems very ready to move on. He's been dealing with it for 2 to 3 years. So I think if he had to make this choice 2 years ago, it would have been really difficult. But at this point now, he's like totally ready. Thanks, Karen, so much for coming. I really appreciate that. Okay, for all of you who have come on new since the beginning, we are going to have a cookie and a Christmas cookie and Christmas dessert recipe exchange, kind of a swap. So what we're going to do is you have until next Monday to email me your recipe. Please type it out because don't send me a picture of it because I'm not going to have time or energy to type out all those recipes. So give it to me already typed out. Make sure you've got all the important details in there. Tell me what name you'd want it under, whether it's your channel name or first name or whatever. And then email it to me. If a couple of my mods would put my email address out, I'd appreciate that. Excuse me. And so I'll get these and then I will post them on my community tab on my channel. And well, it's recipes for food. So if you have a favorite Christmas dessert or cookies or whatever it is you have, so I won't take your cookies. Thanks, Dave. But yeah, just send it to, there's my email address, northstarprepsteader@gmail.com. And I will post them up on the community tab so we can have them all by next Monday. That'll be the deadline. And I'm losing my voice here. I will get them up there, and so you guys can go on and look, and then take the next week or two of looking at the recipes and baking them. And then when we get back on here, I want you to share whose recipes you made, what you made, how it was, how your family liked it, et cetera, et cetera. So I think it'd be kind of fun to add a little something. And you don't have to make them all, just pick 1 or 3 or whatever you want. So, but would fudge be okay? Fudge would be totally fine. Yep. So you can't have cookies. Oh, that's funny. See you in this. Yeah. So we'll get you in there. How about something that isn't in a cookbook? That would be good, especially if it's like an old family recipe. If it's like a heritage recipe, like say you're, German and it's something specific down from the German line or Norwegian or Swedish or whatever. So, no, you mean invent something? If you make it ahead of time and you know that it works, make sure the recipe does work. So, recipe voice up. Yes. Oh, that sounds really good. Yes. All right. There's something that might be fun to add for the holidays. So, all right, guys. Thanks, Howie, for coming. And yes, I have to go. Sage tea is good for the voice. I've been doing my tea of mullein, peppermint, and sage. So I've already drunk it all today, but we pick the best ones, patent it, and sell it. Oh, there you go. Oh, so you guys, all right. Thank you so much for coming. You guys take care and God bless, and always have hope. And I will do my best to get well this week. I would hate to come back a third Monday and not be well. So I don't want to do that. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming. That's True Drops. It could be my channel. It's the Stars Cookbook, right? All right. Thanks, Resonance. Yeah, you'll have to watch it all over again. So thank you, guys. Take care. Bye.